Speaking to Bari McKenzie. Barry, first of all, congratulations, the new player head coach. How excited are you to get started?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's been a busy couple of days, especially now we're down here in Coventry. A lot of players speaking, a lot of players and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty surreal. It's something that I didn't think would have happened, and it has happened, and I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
So obviously, it's your first full foray into coaching. What have you your first few days? Obviously, you're speaking to a few players, and how have you found the start to this role?
It's been good so far, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of positive feedback, especially from players. A lot of players who potentially have reached out, who I didn't think would have. Um, Bristol has got a reputation now of it could be the best place to play in the country. And I think people are quite intrigued to see which direction we're going to go, and they want to be a part of it.
Um, but obviously, the ethos of the team over the last couple of years has been the young players. Is that something you're looking to continue, or is it getting a finer balance, perhaps?
I think it's a finer balance. Obviously, it's not an easy thing to do. That's one thing I've realised in the first couple of days. I know you can't really offer player contracts until after the weekend, but just speaking with guys, there's a lot of but this team's doing this or that team's doing that, which I understand. Like I knew it was going to happen. I just, it's just a wee bit. It's opened my eyes a lot to be honest with you. But like I said, we have had a lot of really positive feedback, and I've obviously spoke to a few players, like I said, this weekend, and it has been good. But I want to try and get a good balance. Obviously, we will be bringing a few young players. We obviously have affiliation with Cardiff, and I speak to them quite closely. And they've obviously been bouncing ideas off me with me as well. And I've actually really enjoyed the conversations with them. So yeah, I think we'll have a good balance because I think you need that, and obviously try and keep a few of the guys around last year, some of the older guys as well.
And how important is that? You look at the back end as there's not signed too many players back, but you've got
Mhm.
three of probably your top four already back. How key is that to have that structure in place?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, when I got the job, we actually had four of them signed. So obviously Tanner, Reese, Whitesay, and Smithy are back. Individually they are good. That's one thing that I noticed last year, that these guys are good. The younger ones have a lot of potential. It was just unfortunate that as a team we didn't play great last year. And we lost a lot of goals, so they obviously get the blame, which was necessarily it wasn't the case. I think our decor will be a lot stronger this year.
And obviously, you're now going to be dealing with Richie. How have your conversations with him gone so far?
Yeah, they've been really good. He's backing me. I've been bouncing a few ideas off him, and to be honest with you, most of the things that I'm saying to him, he's agreeing with. Um, if there's ideas that we bounce off each other, and we're both kind of against it, it's a pretty easy decision, right? But he's great. He is very interested in the club because obviously he's built it pretty much from scratch, and he's got to give me the time and the resources to build Bristol back up again.
Is it good to have an owner that's that invested, that hands on, and that wanting to be involved as much as possible?
Um, I think so. To be honest with you, obviously with this being my first actual coaching job, I'll probably answer that more at the end of the season. But so far, even from last year, like the short time I was down, he cares, right? He wants us to be good, and he cares, and along with Jen. And I don't see there being any negatives to it. To be honest with you, I think he does respect me, and he will let me do my job, and he will let me bring players in I want. But obviously, Rich has been around hockey for a long time as well, so you obviously take his opinion. You listen to his opinions, and because he's not usually wrong. So yeah, I don't see there being any negatives to it.
And what are the? I know it's early. You don't have anywhere near a full roster yet, but what are the aims for the season ahead?
Well, I mean, last year we won 10 games. Um, it's easy to point fingers and blame either certain people or players or and stuff like that. But I think collectively as a club, it just wasn't good enough. Um, and I was a part of that, so I don't exclude myself from it. It was a bit of a culture shock to me not winning. Like I've played in this league in two occasions before, and in Milton Keynes I won 5 or 6 trophies, and then in Manchester I won the playoffs. So I was playing on winning teams in this league. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say next year we're going to win every trophy, or we're going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say that, because I have to be realistic about it as well. Um, but I want the whole club to improve and start going in the right direction. I think the on ice goal, or we have to make the playoffs. I think it's shown this week with the Peterborough and Telford, the game last night. Nobody would have thought Telford would have got through that group. They did. So yeah, I mean, the league standings, yeah, like I say, playoffs. We just want to be competitive every game. When teams come out of Bristol, it's not going to be an easy ride like it was last year. We want teams to be leaving Bristol. You know what? We're not going to win every game. I know that. But I want teams to leave Bristol and be like, that was a tough game. You know? Um, and I think if we have that mindset, I think we'll win more games than we'll lose.
And just finally, again, obviously you can only do so much in conversations with players, but how much has the fan base in Bristol come up already? Like, it's you sell the rink out pretty much every night. It's loud in there. How important is that?
Oh,
Is
it's key. This weekend, speaking to numerous players, and the first thing they say is the fan base and how good they are, how noisy it is. We in Bristol are very fortunate to have such loyal fans. Any other team that was sitting at the bottom of the league and losing pretty much every game by a lot of goals, some games, that fan base would stop coming. But our fans were so loyal, and even after games we had lost, they were coming up to and thanking us, just for giving them so much joy. And you don't get that anywhere else. That's special. And putting a winning team on the ice, I think it will only get bigger. I don't know how it can get bigger, because, like you say, we sell out every game. But that's like speaking to players. That's the first thing they mention: the fan base, this and the city as well. To be honest with you, and I think that's a big pull for a lot of people, because, like I have said, they see the potential. So I mean, it can only be a positive thing.
All right. Well, thank you, Barry, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.